VCR Party Live. VCR Party Live. At the end of the 20th century, a scientist saw a killer comet on its way. He filmed instructions for its destruction over a second-hand VHS tape, but then was hit by a Winnebago. So his assistants Nick and Joe must search every corner of his drone for the cassette that is our only home. But in the meantime, they'll play the greatest hits they found. VCR Party Live. VCR Party Live. Melinda's.
Well, hello,
Hello,
Melinda's. Welcome to VCR Party. It's Tuesday night. Here we are. The gang's all here. And here's what we do. We watch VHS tapes. I'm in our office. We have close to 11,000 of them. And we're trying to watch all of them. And I think we've watched 4,717. Is that the number now?
Yeah, we're keeping an accurate count by the day. So thanks for the latest number.
Yep. That's the latest.
We're joined by George, our VHS detective, and Steve Lawrence, who has a new background this week. What's that all about?
Well, Dave Gifford is the one who's sponsoring Sellout Steve's background this week, and it's to welcome a new Melinda, which I think is a great use of my background. It's Lisa from Mercer Island, which is Seattle, and a longtime friend, and they were finally able to get her to check out VCR Party after they played Nick's Dream Crush game.
Oh, it's a gateway drug.
Yeah,
that's great. Well, welcome to the fold.
Welcome, Melinda. Welcome, new Melinda.
And yeah, there she is dressed as a pizza. So I feel like that was
makes total sense.
Dave.
Yep.
Yeah.
Start off with an inside joke because the show is just one big inside joke at this point.
She should start understanding the jokes maybe like 50 episodes in.
I did start adding a little eye icon when Hello Melinda comes up on YouTube when we say it, so that you can see the story of how it does that. So for new people, that way you can go back and see what that means.
Nice. We're learning how to do YouTube.
Yeah, we're learning.
I'm so proud of us. Nick, I want to talk about your background. It looks like you're going to go on Meet the Press.
I'm in a study right now, yeah. I'm house sitting for my friend up in the Berkshires and in the mountains, and there are contractors working on the house right now, and he has a little dog that I'm watching named Horace, who is Marty's breed, but the furry version of it. And he barks more than Marty, and so they're both going complete
I can hear
bonkers.
Constant barking over there.
Yeah, because there are strange men outside. Like, I get it, but they just egg each other on. So there's absolute chaos, and I was forced out of the room I was working in that had a desk.
Well,
and
your backdrop looks great. It looks very professional. You look very smart. I think you're going to make some great points on Meet the Press today.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Did any new videos show up at the office this week?
Oh, yeah. Check out this. This one was sent McMurderer. And it's and at first I was like, McDonald's actually did a McMurderer, like a murder mystery?
Yeah.
And then I turned it over, and it's a spoof. But then it says, if you thought what I sent last time was cursed, wait until you see this shit.
So, no.
Remember the This Is Cursed tape?
Yeah.
I think this is the This Is Cursed. Yes. And there's no promotion or anything on it. It's that's the scariest part of it all.
Let's not watch it. This one, Ken Reed, who's the guy who gave us all those dollar bill episodes, the crazy salesman.
We were on his podcast one time.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He does a podcast called TV Guidance Counselor, where he just go through the week, day by day, and what was on TV Guide from the 80s. And he sent this along with some other stuff, A Common Sense Parenting for the 90s, with Allie somebody of TV's Wonder Years. So I guess it's...
Is that Winnie?
No, that's Danica. Mom. Oh, is it the mom?
Allie Mills, is it? Or no?
I don't know.
I think it's Allie Mills.
Oh, she's right behind this previewed $4.99 sticker, I guess. Probably, right? Yeah.
Of course, George knows Allie Mills.
I think that's it, if I'm wrong.
It doesn't really even say... Oh, no, it says, hosted by actress Allie Mills of the Wonder Years. So, okay, we got that to look forward to. And by the way, Ken is going to be on our EP mode this Thursday watching a whole dollar bill episode. So it's going to be
great.
Fun.
That's going to be so great. Josh sent this one in. He said, please find and close the following. A plunket. There's a plunket.
I always like the physical plunkets. We rarely get those.
Yeah. He said a filth bucket. It's a filth bucket. A widely adored puppet from space. Channel surfing with the Philly Fanatic. I like that song.
Oh, that's a VHS tape?
Yep, that's a VHS tape.
Great.
Yeah. And a musical cassette, which I would assume is probably his band, Postman
Agitator.
Yeah, and it's a cassette tape.
Oh, that sounds cool.
So I'll have to break out the cassette tape player.
By the way, if you do order stuff from our store.foundfootagefest.com, like oftentimes we'll throw in a found photograph with it and just sign the back and say thanks, and write a little note on the back of a found photograph. So maybe that filth bucket could be in your order.
No. That's going up.
You're keeping
that's going
that
up
one
back
okay.
here. This filth bucket's mine. It's going
All
right here behind my tooth heart.
Spoke too soon.
Yeah.
Well, that's your new nickname, Filth Bucket, by the way.
And that'll be a 2-word phrase challenge coming up.
Wait,
I want to show the big thing that
arrived.
And George's assistant arrived. And look at him.
Whoa!
Yes.
Wow.
Look at him. He's so nice. And George, you're gonna love him. He's squishy. You can like pound on his chest.
No more lonely nights.
No more lonely nights. And I think he does actually look like you. Doesn't he kind of look like George a little bit? Like
Similar.
George, put some plastic in your mouth.
Yeah, that's it. That's perfect.
Okay. But then look what else he comes in. If you get tired of his face, George, comes with a backup guy.
Oh, I'm in big trouble.
Different assistant.
We're going to be hearing about this on the news.
So, George, I'm just going to set this on your doorstep after the show today so that you can...
Yes, and your VIN number guide is also notebook is also waiting at the office for you.
Thank you so much.
And I know VIN number is redundant. It's like PIN number. The last N stands for number, but it's just easy. You don't just say
ATM machine. ATM machine's always redundant, but I always say it and I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm a bad boy like that.
Yeah. What about 5 a.m. in the morning? Do you ever say that?
No, I don't do that one.
Okay.
That's
that
no.
one.
Yeah.
Here's one more thing I got. This I just took from the office before I headed up here. This is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Awesome Easter. It was in contention to watch for Easter Saturday morning cartoons, but we're actually watching something even more exciting. So excited for that.
What is the exciting thing that we're watching Family Circus, right?
Yes, Family Circus Easter, and I have an important announcement about a special guest later in the show. So we'll get to that in a minute.
Let's start off with some celebrity bullshit. How about?
Instead of a classic?
Oh, yeah. Classic.
Let's go with classic first.
Yeah, we have protocol here. All right.
You caught me with my pants down, but no one sells carpet or waterbeds for less.
Well, it's a tradition. Every time before Easter, we have to play probably our most prescient Easter clip.
It's Jeff's Birds. Yeah. And I didn't grab the tape. I should have grabbed the tape, but it just says Jeff's Birds on the side, and Birds has an apostrophe S on it. Because it's possessing something. We don't know what it's
warns you that the S is coming up. Yep.
It's one of the warning apostrophes. So I'm just going to show the classic scene from Jeff's Birds. This is a guy walking around some guy's yard named Jeff, taking video of his birds, but you don't even really see. There's one scene where you see birds, but other than that, there's no Jeff and there's very few birds.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. This guy here, he's uptight. He wants to know why he ain't on film. Here, come up in front, Bunny. Hey, hey. You're a little girl's every dream. Boy, they love bunnies. A rabbit.
Here it comes.
Here comes the Easter bunny hopping down the trail. Hippity hop, don't stop. I got your Easter eggs.
All right, I gotta go. And there it is.
It's watching the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown on,
it's Easter when Jeff's Birds
it's Easter
comes
when
on.
Jeff's Birds. Here comes the Easter Bunny.
And also, Jeff's Birds is a contender for this Saturday's toe tapping tournament. We had so much fun some of us had fun last weekend. I got my ass handed to me, but Steve is going to go up against Nick, and Jeff's Birds will make an appearance. I think Jeff's Birds is going up against what is it going up? I can't remember what it's going up against, but it's exciting.
So round 2 is happening Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Tune in for that. It's our March Madness style tournament for VHS jingles and songs from VHS tapes.
Yep. All right, now let's get into some celebrity bullshit.
Celebrity bullshit. Celebrity bullshit.
Okay, this one comes from Bob Hedges, and I don't even have to cover up the cover on this one. It's just called Grandpa Cratchit presents Safety First. It's called Right to the Moon, Baby, and it's a puppet show recorded live in Indiana. Who is the celebrity teaching us about? And I'll give it away. It's a celebrity teaching us about water safety, boating safety.
Boating. I would say Magnum PI. I would say Tom Selleck.
Okay.
It seems like
I'm gonna go with David Hasselhoff. You know.
I'm going Edward Woodward, the star of The Equalizer.
Okay. Let's find out.
Live Instagram.
It bothers me that it's grandpa without the D.
Yeah. If you're gonna misspell it, go with an M.
Yeah.
Show.
It's the Grandpa All-Star Network, live from Grandpa's workshop with Right to the Moon, Baby. Teaching safety first.
I don't think
Hi, I'm
Selleck is
Rosie
gonna be
O'Donnell.
here.
You know I love kids, but both you and I know you can't predict what they'll do next. While boating brings the family together for fun on the water, safety is the most important issue. You always buckle up in a car, so always wear your life jacket on the water. I don't ever go out on my Sea-Doo unless I wear my life jacket. It's even more important for kids.
This shot is incredible.
Life jacket on the water. I don't ever go out on my Sea-Doo unless I wear my life jacket. It's even more important for kids. So when you go boating with your family, always make sure to do 3 things. Wear your life jacket, play by the rules, and obey all safety laws while on the water. Always remember, boat smart from the start. See you on the water.
Of course, Rosie O'Donnell.
You're like, I'm just going to give it away.
Safety.
You're like, I'm just going to give it away here. It's on the water. I thought you were giving away the celebrity. And like, I thought it was going to be a celebrity that has something to do with the water. But
no, just giving a clue about what the safety video is about, but that was no help. Yeah.
No, it wasn't any help at all.
But celebrities are always full of bullshit, and that was a prime example.
Mm-hmm. How about some flying windows?
Let's do flying windows.
It's so nice of Marty to provide the soundtrack for today's show.
Yep,
And
there's
the
just
other
no
dog.
avoiding it. I can't lock him in a room. They're as far away from me in the house as can be, and yet you still hear the persistent barking.
No, I think it sounds soothing and very nice to have in the background of all.
It's
the
a
clips
living
that we're
hell.
watching.
The show is a living hell. My life is a living hell right now, and there's no one who can rescue me.
Well, my favorite thing in the world is Nick uncomfortable. So I mean, it's making me.
I'm already
enjoying it.
exasperated, and we're 15 minutes into the show. All right, this next one comes from Bat Prince. This is our buddy in Australia, and he sends us a ton of footage. This one is I think it's kind of comforting to know that in this world, get-rich-quick pyramid schemes are just a worldwide thing. They're not unique to America. They're just from all over. And Australia had its own. This one is called From Dreams to Realities, The Real Advantage of Australia.
Wait,
And,
so you're telling me I could make my dreams into a reality?
You can, and here's how.
Whoa!
And look out for the flying windows. They're pretty unusual.
For the people you see on this video, Australia is still a lucky country because it's a country
Spinning
where
windows.
They can dream.
That's a magical
Dream
flying
of
window.
Good health and a good
Something new on
income.
every.
Yeah.
In other words, a better lifestyle for their
How the
children,
hell do they do
their
that?
friends, and
Yeah.
their
Is that the
communities.
Phantom Zone?
And they're making
Yes.
their dreams come true.
From Superman?
And these
Yep.
ordinary Australians are people just like you.
They're in space.
Who saw a presentation just like this and decided to make their dreams happen. You don't need
Now
a
watch this. I
special
thought we were done with
personality,
flying windows,
special
but no.
intelligence or special skill. You don't need to
Huh.
have been born with
I
the
like the
right
placement. I
makeup.
like the arrangement.
All you
They're overlapping.
need is the word
Oh, that's
of
called the
mouth
overlap
marketing
technique.
business plan and the willingness to work at it consistently.
What? Oh, that guy got covered up.
So start now. Make out your
I
first
included
order.
this next
Make
part
up a
just
list
for
of
fun.
people and share
No
the
flying
vision with
windows
them.
in it.
You'll find our head office staff in Brisbane will back you with great service
Oh,
all
that's
the
nice.
way.
And you blokes really like these products? Look, I chuckle about it all the time. You sit down to breakfast, there's this beautiful muesli, it's delicious, and I'm eating it thinking, and these blokes are paying me for every mouthful. It's great, you know. So that's the real bonus. The products are great.
Yeah. Another tape is available for those who have become members and who require more information and training.
With their shirts tucked in.
Yep. Some acid wash happening. Apparently, Bat Prince has tracked down the balding guy, and he said that he was kind of dissing the products. He said there's some crappy waffles that was the same as the pancake mix, and it was all, and powdered eggs were the same thing, and it was kind of admitting it was all a ripoff. So,
wait, he found him and talked to the guy?
Yeah. And he wanted to talk to the founder of it too, but apparently he's a big conspiracy theorist, so he's like, I was about done. The trail went cold at that point. He didn't want to find out.
You remember Bat Prince? He provided a sneeze for my 21 sneeze salute. You remember that?
Absolutely.
I never forget it. Maybe I should do that again. That was really fun. I think that could be a fun annual thing. What was it? Bless me. Thank you. Yeah.
We want to keep people like Lisa from Mercer on continuing to watch this. So
okay, all right.
Just start a spin-off show called The Filth Bucket, and then just it all goes there.
Oh, I'm starting on that today.
All right, let's get into raviolis.
Let's rock some ravs.
Come on, let's see your raviolis. Show us 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 your raviolis.
Okay, so you have 3 things to show. I only have 2, so maybe you go first?
I'll go first, and let's kick things off with a Joe's Tedium Corner. This morning I woke up, and I was like...
Oh, okay, there it is. I thought it was frozen, but no, it just turns out it was taking that long to get there.
Yeah, no. It takes a while for the first one to come out. Where was I? Oh, I was talking about I woke up this morning, and I was thinking to myself, maybe I should change up the graphic of Joe's Tedium Corner. And nothing drastic, but maybe the Joe's comes in from the left instead of from the right. I don't know.
I don't know if people are ready for it. I don't know if they're ready.
You don't think so?
No.
All right. So we did an EP mode last Thursday night where we watched all of the Coin 6 news bloopers. Somebody in Portland had given us this tape of 17 minutes worth of bloopers that they got from a friend of a friend, and they said, keep this top secret. Can't let this know that this got out. We didn't at all. We didn't keep it top secret at all. But we played on it last Thursday night. And while we got to this scene, and we played this before in shows, it was part of our Coin 6 montage. But I just thought for people like the new Melinda who hasn't seen this before, this conversation is everything that I love in Tedium. Steve, have you seen this one before? This conversation?
I don't know. I've seen the Coin 6. I've seen a bunch of that, but I don't know if I've seen this one.
Okay. Well, this one is great. This guy is the guy on the left. He's trying to make some small talk conversation in between segments with his other coworker.
He's a movie lover.
And it just seems like he's a space alien that's trying to figure out how to have conversations with humans. So, all right, here it is. Joe's Tedium Corner.
Did you ever find, last week you were asking about a movie. Did you ever find a good movie to rent?
I don't think so.
Gotta find one tonight.
Oh, get the Insider.
It's R though, I think. Pretty sure. I know.
Mike, I don't know why it would be. Oh, I think they say the F word a few times.
I'm sure it is.
But
because I was interested in it when it first came out, but it's.
There's no.
Well, Mother would not approve of the F word. It's interesting when it first came out, but then I heard there was going to be an F word, so no thank you.
Yeah. But listen to this. He's been burned before.
There's no. No, I don't know why it would be. There's no nudity. They say there's some swearing, but there's absolutely no nudity. There's no.
No, I might be wrong. I'll check it when I.
They say the F word here and there, but.
What's her name? Said Julia Roberts said that in that one about marrying your best friend or something, and that was only a PG-13.
Mother was very upset.
No, there was nothing in the Insider.
Marrying Your Best Friend, starring Julia Roberts.
It's very tense.
Mother
it's very
scolded
gripping.
me after renting that one.
Wait, let's see the way she describes the Insider.
No, there was nothing in the Insider. It's very tense. It's very gripping. You thought it was boring? Oh, I loved it. We were like,
Because we already knew what it was about. I mean, I already knew what it was about, so I didn't.
How about Space Quest?
No, like
Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest.
They haven't
It's a
gotten one
funny
title
one.
right. They haven't gotten one title right. They got Insider wrong. They got Marrying Your Best Friend wrong.
Space Quest.
A good video game by Sierra, but it's not a movie.
Girls saw that it was on the train as we were going up to Seattle.
I want Pete to rent that.
You kind of have to be a Trekkie, though, to really appreciate the humor, I
Tim
think.
Allen just makes.
He finds a reason to not like any movie. To not.
All right,
watch
well,
any
Mike,
movie.
find your own goddamn movie because I'm through.
He's like a lost child in the woods. He's just like
Nope, too much swearing in that one. Well, we watched that, but you have to be a Trekkie to like that one.
Just don't watch movies, Mike. Just don't watch movies.
Maybe they're not for you, Mike.
To really appreciate the humor, I
Tim
think.
Allen just makes me laugh.
We Three Kings.
Oh no, Mike! You
Another
don't
wrong
like
title.
that at all.
We Three Kings?
They don't get one title right.
We Three Kings.
They don't
It's
get one
just Three
title
Kings. No, they don't. And look at Mike. He's just like, huh? What? Huh? What? Oh, he's just being torn in so many different directions. Just We Three Kings? Should I?
The camera guy's trying to
We
ruin
Three-
your weekend.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah, right.
Kings?
Oh, it's profane. It's
I feel like the camera guy's the devil on his shoulder, and then his
Trying to get him to
co-anchor
watch
is
a good movie, or yeah.
Mike would not like Three Kings, even
No.
though it's a great movie.
Yeah.
profane. It's awful. It's depressing.
Never heard about that one.
It's awful. Pete and I thought it thumbs down.
Is that the Persian Gulf movie? No.
Yeah. The Lost Child in the Woods.
Again?
He's angry.
After the gas story, right?
I'll do that, yeah.
All right. So if you're a new viewer, that's the kind of hard-hitting footage that you can come to expect from
That's what
the gang here at
That's
VCR
quintessential tedium right there, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
just like beautiful tedium. Watching a boring conversation. Oh, it's everything.
I do like that. I gained a new appreciation after rewatching that in our EP mode episode. Which by the way, if you want to watch all, we have 72 different EP mode bonus episodes. They're each about an hour long. We watched an entire video, and we watched all those news bloopers. And it's all on Patreon. Patreon.com/foundfootagefestival.
Yep. $10 and up per month.
Yes.
So, yep.
All right. So it's Easter Sunday coming up, and I got this in the mail. This is a puzzle club, the Easter Adventure, and apparently they tried to sell these. What I didn't realize is that it was religious, but it is. Puzzle club. It comes with probably a 5-piece puzzle. Like, it's very easy, and a book in the shrink wrap. So I don't know if these are sold at religious bookstores, but there's a bunch. And so I watched it. And I was kind of expecting, a light thing. There's the Easter Bunny, all this stuff. And then, like, there's the puzzle club gang, and then there's their, like, friend who's kind of their advisor in it, and they have a talking parrot. And well, let's just take a look at the fun-loving group at the puzzle club.
I wonder what's wrong.
What happened?
I couldn't get my breath. So I called the ambulance.
This is awful.
Is it serious?
I guess so. Doc found a blood clot in my leg. Says it happens a lot with folks my age. He said it wasn't serious unless it moves into my lungs.
Could you die?
I suppose I could, Alex. It happens to all of us, you know?
But aren't you afraid?
Guess I am. I think everyone would be a little bit afraid. But I can face this.
Huh?
Huh?
Remember, every time you were afraid, you came looking for my help? That's what it's like with me and the Lord. That's what all the Easter decoration should be about. Jesus rose from the dead on Easter morning. Hey, no more moping around here. You've got a mystery to solve.
I'm dying, everybody, but don't worry about me. Yeah, I wasn't expecting the blood clot plot line and the very sobering reality that we all die as part of that.
But did he come back from the dead then when he died, or does he die?
He didn't die. No, he he got better in the hospital for now, but it's not looking good. So,
but is there hope?
Yeah.
Is there hope that if he dies that he could come back from the dead like Jesus did?
I don't think that was the lesson there at all.
Okay,
though.
all right.
It was just that he turns to Jesus in times, and therefore is not afraid. I think that was the idea.
I think we could consider that clip an offshoot of Joe, or a continuation of Joe's Tedium Corner there too. I think that
potential. I was pretty entertained by the reality of the horror of death in that, but to each his own.
Yeah, that wasn't boring at all. It was edge of my seat.
Wow, I was surprised. I was shocked.
All right, so Eric from Toronto, he sent me he sent me just a big file full of commercials that he had taped off of TV in the 80s and 90s, and he sent some good ones, stuff I'd never seen. He doesn't have a YouTube page, so there's nothing really to plug. He says he has an album. Steve, maybe next week we'll put up Eric from Toronto's album on your backdrop. So he gave us like a nice haul of good videos. So I went on a little voyage here with some of his clips here, and we'll start with this one. This is a 1-900 number. I don't know which region it's for, but it's really good. It's called 1-900 Hot Ones.
Is this the show where they eat wings and they get progressively Scoville rating?
Yeah, the babes eat wings. The colors, good music.
Maracas.
A lot of hair tossing.
Yeah, you call up and they flip their hair on the phone for you.
1-900 Hot Ones.
We're looking for a few good men. Who isn't? We're looking for a few good men.
Why is it like marching band music? That doesn't seem like, it seems like it should be sexy music, not just like.
Yeah, it's like parade music.
Like they were choosing the cheapest one.
Yeah, it's almost as if.
For a few good men who want to talk to us. Talk to us. Go ahead. We're the live line.
Nick, this is how you met your girl pal, right?
Yeah, that's how I met my pal, yeah.
One-on-one live. Just a few good women looking for a few good men. Are you up to the challenge? Find out at 1-900-786-PALS. $2.99 per
Maybe
minute.
they're trying to do a few good men, like military, like the movie, Few Good Men.
Okay. Okay, so another one that was in there was, do you remember Scalpison?
Of course.
The hair for flaky scalps.
Yeah, I'm a human being. I remember Scalpison.
He included this 15-seconder, and I swear Michel Gondry directed it. Take a look.
Okay.
I need 2 hands for itching and 2 more for flaking.
Doesn't that seem like a Michel Gondry move right there?
Like an in-camera effect, basically, yeah.
And wouldn't that be a good gif right there?
Absolutely.
And also,
Doc Ock.
What kind of personal hell is he living in where he needs 2 hands for scratching and 2 hands for flaking? That's like a personal hell, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of like the one I was in when the dogs were barking.
Yeah.
For the first half of the show.
I need 2 hands for itching and 2 more for flaking.
All you want is Scalpicin, a clear liquid you don't wash away like shampoo. Scalpicin starts working fast with a medicine for deep scalp itch and dandruff. Scalpicin.
No flaking, no itch.
So I like that one a lot. So then I was playing games with a friend the other day. We're both vaccinated, so we played some 2-player games. And at one point, I think it's because I'd just seen the Scalpicin commercial, I said Exactamundo at one point. I was like, oh, Exactamundo. And I was like, what's that from? And he's like, it's from a Head & Shoulders commercial. So I was like, oh, I want to look that up. So I did. Have you watched these commercials recently?
I did, because I was thinking about the Ben Stiller sketch that made fun of the "'Tis the Season for the Flakes That Don't Melt."
Yes.
From the
Okay.
Ben
Well,
Stiller
we'll get to that in a
Okay.
second. But they're like Aaron Sorkin shows. The way that the dialogue
Walk and
goes.
talk?
Yeah, or it's like a Woody Allen movie, like in the '80s or something. So here's them talking about dandruff.
Hold it, ho, ho, ho. So you're gonna...
like see how it's gritty? It's New York gritty.
It's Taxi Driver.
Hold it, ho, ho, ho. So you're gonna finally meet Cindy, huh? Tonight. Good. So first impressions are very important. I think. Okay. Now imagine, lights are low, the music's soft. Knock the door opens up. Somebody's out there doing this. What is this? She's got dandruff? No, you have dandruff. No. Yes, you do. I shampoo every day. You can shampoo your brains out with regular shampoo. Wouldn't matter. Brains out? Yeah. Well, so use that. Head and Shoulders works for me, my friend. But you don't have dandruff. Exactamundo.
Head and Shoulders, because you never get a second chance to make a first impression.
You guys remember Exactamundo?
That's where it came from. That's the Rosetta Stone for Exactamundo.
Nick, like when the cameras go off, that's how you and I always talk. Like it's constant quick fire like that, right?
Yep, and it's all about dandruff. Yeah.
Yep. So then, Nick, you mentioned 'Tis the Season for the Flakes That Don't Melt. Immediately after I said Exactamundo to Thomas, who I was playing games with, I said, do you remember the one with 'Tis the Season for the Flakes That Don't Melt? And he goes, no, I have no idea what you're talking about.
What?
And then I was like, did I dream that? Do you guys remember 'Tis the Season for the Flakes That Don't Melt? George remembers that. George remembers the mom from the Wonder Years, so of course he does. So it took me a long time to find this one, but I finally found 'Tis the Season for the Flakes That Don't Melt.
Snow, incredible snow.
You are psyched, huh?
It's our first trip to America's premier ski resort. Hey, what do you think?
Black, huh?
Yeah.
I can see you working the main lodge tonight there in the romantic glow of a roaring fire. Your dandruff takes its toll.
Dandruff?
'Tis the season for the flakes that don't melt.
I shampoo every morning.
Shampoo till spring with an ordinary shampoo. Won't work like this.
You use Head & Shoulders. You don't have dandruff.
Nothing gets by you, does it?
Head & Shoulders, because you never get a second chance to make a first impression.
It's Nick and I.
Pals.
Yeah.
It's this weekend at Bernie's. It's kind of quick fire.
Yeah. 'Tis the season for the flakes that don't melt.
Sure
there it
is.
I love that my brain retained that and held on to it for
I remembered
my entire life. My brain has dropped a lot of stuff, but it has not forgotten that Head & Shoulders commercial.
Me either. I just pulled up the Ben Stiller one. Do you want to watch that for a second? This holds up. Jeannie Garofalo. Ben, I think Bob Odenkirk.
I've got to meet her. Down, boy. It's now or never. I'm going to introduce myself. Attention shoppers. This man wants to make a good impression, but he's got dandruff. What? The only thing she's going to do when she sees you is flake out. Hey, will you quit talking like that? Like what? In that voice. Will you stop speaking in that stupid, funny voice all the time? Newsflash. This is the way hip and clever young people are supposed to talk. Yeah, well, it's just stupid, all right? Here she comes. Hi.
Hi.
He shoots. He scores. Whoops. Looks like somebody noticed your dandruff. Hey, what she noticed is how lame you were. Hi, my name is Bob.
Hi.
And I'm the amusing young friend who teaches them all about dandruff. I'm really sorry about my friend.
What's wrong with him?
Well, for one thing, he's obsessed with dandruff. Are we having fun yet? For some reason, he keeps speaking in these irritating, funny phrases. I just hate him so much sometimes. Better beam me up, Scotty. There's no intelligent life here.
Do you want to get a cup of coffee or something?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Great.
I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. Hey, Mr. Wilson, you know why your wife left you? You've got dandruff.
Blue and white dandruff shampoo.
I guess you'd have to know the original commercial.
Really cool people talk.
Oh, definitely.
Caution. Use of this product may result in decreased sense of humor. Manufacturer is not responsible for loss of friends.
But clearly we're not the only ones who remembered the dandruff commercials.
Oh, man. I've never seen that before. That's great.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. It's so good. Okay, so Easter's here. I have got a video called Lamb Survival that... Easter is about rabbits, but also about lambs. And I was like, please be good. And the intro is all I needed to prove that this is good. So it's about making your lamb survive.
See, I thought it could have been like a religious metaphor or something.
Maybe it is. I don't think it's intending to be, though.
Okay. All right. I'm listening.
the way it just kind of casually falls out of the...
Oh, boy. It needs a sound effect.
Kind of sounds like a Doogie Howser theme.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say like growing pains or something.
Yeah.
Lamb survival.
I like that establishing shot of David Henderson. Just kind of...
It's estimated that in the United Kingdom alone, some 4 million lambs die every year within the first few days of life. These deaths
Mostly
are
from
due
blood
to
clots.
stillbirths, either just before or during the lambing process, to hypothermia because of either exposure or starvation, and to infectious disease. Yet with good management, sound husbandry, and a high level of shepherding skill at lambing time, most of these losses are avoidable. We hope that in this recording, we'll show you some techniques to help you reduce losses in your flock.
There it is. That's lamb survival. I'll tell you what, when we got into collecting videos, for me, it's about ones like this. Lamb survival. Got a fun intro, lambing time. Stop. Lambing time. I mean, it's just everything you want.
Good stuff. And you got a birth in there, too. So you got a little bit of death. You got a little bit of birth. It's springtime. It's perfect. Yeah.
Renewal.
Timely tie-in.
Exactly.
All right, this last one. I've never shown this before. I think I just put this up on my Instagram, and that was it. Years ago. So Steve and I occasionally, like every year, I try to go to spring training baseball down in Florida. And spring training's wrapping up this week, and the regular season begins next week. And Steve and I we went like 5 years ago or so. We've been there a few times.
We've been a few times, yeah.
And then we realized when we go to games that anybody can throw out the first pitch. Like they'll let anybody. It's like, the guy from the local car dealership or, cheerleader of the year award winner. It's like anybody could like throw out the first pitch. So when we were driving around, Steve would be calling up stadiums beforehand saying, "Hey, I got this guy from the Found Footage Festival. He's going to be coming to a game and wonder if he could throw out the first pitch." So you were working your producer stuff while we were on the road. And we never got it because it was so last minute. We didn't know which games we were going to see. And they're like, "Oh, we already got 5 people to throw out the first pitch." So the next year I went back with my brother. And this time I sent out press releases ahead of time, and it was so easy to throw out the first pitch. The hard part was getting around all the stadiums because they're not nearby, so they're always like 3 or 4 hours away. But I threw out the first pitch for the Houston Astros. I told him, "Nick, we had that True TV show, Late Night Snack.
Yeah.
We provided just like one segment of the show. And I don't even think we were on camera. I think we just provided like a clip or something."
Which, by the way, that show's on HBO Max right now, so it's finding an all-new audience. Like, I saw the thumbnail for it, and my girlfriend was like, "What's that?" And I was like, "Oh, we actually did 3 seasons of that show."
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So,
but nobody has seen it. That's the point.
No, but my take on it was that, or what I said in the press release was that this guy's on this True TV's Late Night Snack, and he's going to be there, and he's going to throw out the first pitch. And they said yes. So I showed up, and my plan was just to go out there and then tear off my shirt and then throw the first pitch shirtless.
Great.
And so here, take a look at me at spring training.
I don't know if I've seen this.
I forgot to show people this.
Wow.
All right, so that's the shirt that I picked up. I don't normally wear shirts like that. I went to a thrift store first, and I think they were probably wondering why I was walking around with a backup shirt beforehand. So, all right, here it is. Packed crowd.
Not exactly on their feet, are they?
No. I was trying to get people pumped up too. Everybody's just looking at their phones or like eating a hot dog.
It's like us doing a college show.
Yeah, nobody cared. Nobody cared. And look at that's a major league.
Yeah.
Well, he's a bullpen catcher, but he probably played some games. I get to throw that guy.
And you were a pitcher in college.
Yep, in high school and college. I have 1 year of college. Yeah, and yeah. So, and that was my plan, is to throw it as hard as I could too, without any warm ups, to see what would happen.
Seriously, he is a comedian. Author and filmmaker from Brooklyn, New York. Joe, let's see if you got some skills. Oh, no, don't take that out, please.
Look, I'm on the Jumbotron too.
Oh, wow, yeah, there you are. Look great. Just pure white. Blindingly white. Oh, pretty good toss, though.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was a little high and outside.
Yeah, but from the mound, just to get it over the plate somewhat.
Nope. And so people weren't. That guy was running for public office too.
Oh yeah.
Shook hands with. Yeah.
Oh, that photo got out.
He was throwing out the pitch after my pitch. Now, she wasn't that thrilled about it. She's the one who brought me down on the field and.
The liaison.
Yeah. She's the liaison. So.
Okay, Don. Looking solid, Don.
Because I don't know if what you did was okay. Kind of stand there awkward.
Yep.
My brother goes, "She was not happy."
It's like there's children here.
Yeah. So that was me throwing out the first pitch. Nick, I think we should go down there and we should just go on a tour of throwing out the first pitches.
Yeah, 2022.
Yeah, next year. Come up with funny things to do.
That's the next news appearances, I think.
Yeah.
It's the next frontier for that.
Mm.
Get other people mad at us.
Let me
Get
say
stadiums
this.
full of people mad at us.
So that was the year that the Houston Astros went on to win the World Series with a lot of controversy, with the banging on the trash can thing. Did you hear about that? They cheated and won the World Series. I threw out the first pitch before the season even started. So you do the math.
I guess you're a good luck charm.
Yeah. Or bad luck charm.
All right, that's Show Us Your Raviolis.
Show us your raviolis. Show us your raviolis. Show us your raviolis.
Once a month, Carl Stitz is kind enough to sponsor his very own corner here on the show. It's called Math Corner, and George has something for us, right?
Yes.
Nobody puts
math. All right, so day in, day out, I get calls and emails from tentative math enthusiasts who ask, how do I get aboard the math train? And I tell them stitzziger.com has a free online pre-calculus textbook. Whether you want to board at track 0 at Euclid Station or jump onto the moving caboose of the Newton Express, there's no wrong way to use the Stitz-Ziger pre-calc textbook to ride the choo-choo train of logic to Numbersville. Free math. That's the Stitz-Ziger promise. All right, so
that's something that you say to people just off the top of your head?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Just wondering.
So over the holidays, I played a few parodies of Christmas songs that were, I guess, like a math teacher asked their students to come up with parodies. And they're not limited to Christmas songs. There are many for popular songs. And by popular, I mean like songs I don't know. But I found one I do know.
At first I was afraid, what could the answer be? It said, given this position, find velocity. So I tried to work it out, but I knew that I was wrong. I struggled, I cried, a problem shouldn't take this long. I tried to think, control
I like the
my
framing
nerves.
of this shot.
It's evident that speed's tangential to that time position curve. This problem would be mine if I just knew that tangent line, but what to do? Show me a sign. So I thought back to calculus, way back to Newton and to Leibniz and to problems just like this. And just like that, when I had given up all of
Is that a garage next to them? Like,
there's just one way to find that slope, and so
it's
now
the hallway.
I will derive, find the derivative of x position with respect to time. It's as easy as can be. Just
gotta be a
have to
1970s
take
dance
the
coming up.
xt. I will derive.
Oh, the pointing the finger
I will
thing.
derive.
1970s
Hey,
Why did they do that? Why are they not doing the 1970s?
They're doing the sprinkler. They're not doing Staying Alive.
They're going to do the 1970s dance for sure.
Well, my guess is that they are a bit young to know. I mean, those dances are probably 5 years old, which is as distant to them as
that's true.
1977. And Evelyn Champagne King. I'm not
Yes.
sure if that's the singer, but that's
Well,
Math Corner.
Wow, good corner. And funny thing too is I have a similar video for my cyber video. Which should we get into those now?
Let's get into those now.
Cyber videos. I always forget to mention that this is a how-to segment. This is actually teaching you how to find and watch cyber videos on the internet.
So people should put on their thinking caps right
Exactly.
now, right? Okay.
While it's fresh in everybody's memory, though, with that Math Corner parody, I found online, because this past weekend was the beginning of Passover, and their Seder dinner took place on the 27th, 28th for people. Has anybody been to a Seder before? I went to one once, like a friend's house.
No, I've never been to one.
A lot of fun, and people do song parodies about them too, I guess. Well, one person did. Take a look at this one, and try not to put your hand in a fist from being so annoyed.
Woke up in bed at the corner of Lex with a dream of how it used to be. Remembering the time of the Exodus. and how the Jews were set free. Jumped in the cab.
I'm kind of done with a cappella, like the pentatonics thing. You know?
Yeah. I was done with that a long time ago.
Like you have your group in college, and then just let it go, guys. That's would be my advice.
Set free. Jumped in the cab, throwing a Seder for the first time. Look to the right, and I see the Manischewitz sign. I'm hosting my first Seder, so please don't be a hater. My tummy's turning, hope my Seder is amazing. So much pressure that I'm schwitzing. That's when the matzah man turned on the radio. The Dayenu song was on, and the Dayenu song was on, and the Dayenu song was on. So I put my yarmulke on, they're playing my song, and the butterflies fly away. Cleaning it up like grinding it up like fill the wine up in Elijah's cup. I know it's gonna be okay.
Flying window.
In the US.
I think that was a flying window of the Torah, maybe.
Flying Taurus.
The best Seder in the USA. The best Seder in the USA. Gosh, I hope I get to do this next year in Jerusalem. The best Seder in the USA.
Oh, the serious singing drives me crazy. I'm sorry. I know you're all trying to get viral on the internet, but
how many views did it have? It must have had millions.
I don't remember.
Stuff like that.
But yeah, song parodies are tough. I mean, there's Weird Al, and then there's a steep drop off. So
was that a parody?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Of what song?
What's
Party
it
in
called?
the USA.
Party in the USA. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, Weird Al did a parody of that too. That was far better. But there needs to be songs about Seders too. So there you go, everybody.
Okay.
Steve, what do you have?
So this week it's opening day for baseball, and people have been sending me in some great videos. And this one, Matt Balzar sent in, and I think this is a good example. What I do every week is I showcase another sports star in some sort of acting position, and this one I think is great. It's Brett Saberhagen, who was a Royals player in the 80s, won MVP and won a World Series. But the reason why I think it's great is just it shows you what confidence you can have being great at one thing that doesn't necessarily correlate to the other. And this, I can't wait to show you guys, because I think this is the perfect example of too much confidence.
Folks, I've joined a new team, the Tough Ford Ranger team at my Ford dealer. Because they got the trucks that are on the ball. From work to play, they've got it all. They've got a base, that's a real steal. And here's another very good deal. Or choose the truck named after me, the special edition Ford MVP.
Now get 5.9% financing on all Ford Rangers, including the MVP.
So do the Saberhagen Shuffle to your Kansas City Ford dealer today.
I can't believe he agreed to that.
Oh, right? The Saberhagen Shuffle?
We're gonna have you rap this. Yeah, sure. I can rap. How hard could it be?
I'll do a little dance with it. They called a shuffle because that's what they were called in the 80s when it was a sports star.
And also, he's probably like 24 years old. He just has that like wispy, like blonde mustache.
Yeah.
Boy, the 80s, terrible.
It's one of my favorite segments.
It's my new favorite right now. George, what you got?
Well, to keep cyber videos lively, I've decided to start dredging up some of my darkest recollections of the past as part of a new corner, I guess, called George's Unsettling Memories. And so I'm bringing in a timely video that's haunted me since January 25th, 2004. It's a visit to the Vatican by a team of Polish breakdancers, because nothing says old school popping and locking better than teenage Polish breakdancers. So this footage is from European TV.
Okay. That's where breakdancing was invented, right?
The streets of Warsaw.
För påven Johannes Paulus var aktiviteterna i helgen något mer livliga än i vanliga fall. En grupp av rapartister och breakdansare uppträdde nämligen för honom. Artisterna tillhör en polsk stiftelse som hjälper ungdomar på glid. Och nog såg påven ut att gilla underhållningen, Flera gånger vinkade han och försökte klappa takten.
The stuff he had to see day in, day out. He's just bringing people in, bringing the kid in the well and Bono. You know.
At least this one is like exciting though. Be like, okay, at least somebody's doing something.
Well, I think the problem was that it needed a better soundtrack. So here it is paired with a song I think he'd love, Jaleel White's abstinence classic, Contents Under Pressure.
Oh, there you go.
I was hoping it'd be the Brett Saberhagen rap.
I'm not ready for the wild thing. Staring in the mirror and what do I see? Drops and drops.
Are you? Oh, cool.
Depression. Leave the school thinking kind of screwy because I passed up on the school door knob. Something about rejection, it really turns her on. I'm not ready for the wild thing.
Yeah.
So I found that there's an artist who was inspired by this to do a series of paintings of breakdancing Jesus.
Oh, this is great.
They're all awesome.
Whoa.
Oh, that's awesome. Look how ripped he is.
And I love this one with the Cardinals, but this is my absolute favorite and the perfect one for the holidays. This is Jesus breakdancing on water.
On water.
Of course.
Yes. But of course it's white Jesus too.
Yeah, the hunky, hair flowing, ripped abs.
And the artist's name is Cosmo Sarson. I don't want him to write in to complain that
Maybe
George's Unsettling Memories is... What's that?
Is he the new Melinda?
Yes.
Background?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It's,
All right.
yeah. Cosmo and Lisa were the two. So, but
George,
he's represented by the Mickeys.
Oh, gotcha. George, what's the segment called again? George's Unsettling Memories?
Yes.
Okay. Here's what I was thinking while I was watching that. Like, when you die, we got a death theme going on today. When you die, and they say that you see, like, images flash before your eyes as you're about to die. I want to know so badly what George's images are going to be.
There are so many that film has already started. I'm already cycling through my last memories. I mean, it could be months, it could be years.
What if there's a new segment there with like images of what George sees before he's going to die or something like that, or something like and it's just
George's deathbed flashes or
flashbacks. George's deathbed flashbacks.
I'll workshop it.
Yeah.
It'll mostly just be opening power bars, but I think there could be some other ones in there.
I just see the Joe's Filth corner going across.
Exactly, right. Yeah, the lamb giving birth, like you'll see just that plop. And just,
it did take up a large part of my life, is watching the opening credits of Joe's Tedium Corner.
Yeah, it's taken up a lot of all of our lives.
Let's take a look at some IMGs.
Chicken shit.
Electronic video transmission uploaded with no intention. Harvested semi-ethically. Welcome to IMG.
All right, we got some disturbing ones this week.
Good.
Good boy.
They're always disturbing in their own way. So this first one, it's IMG 0020 from Carl Stitz, the math guy. He said, "This will likely be the last IMG I send you because, well, IMG mining is very captivating." I think he's being sarcastic. I searched up IMG 0020. Why? 20 is the God number of the Rubik's Cube. No matter what configuration of the Rubik's Cube is in, when you receive it, it can be solved in 20 moves or less. So one of his professors at Kent State proved this. So he goes, here's one that stuck out. So keep in mind, this is the God number, 20.
I would like to tell you about Ukraine. An interesting fact is Ukraine is a whole big breadbasket. I learned that there are a lot of farms in Ukraine.
That's seriously, that's what it is. This is the whole video. The end, Ukraine.
There are a lot of farms in the Ukraine.
The Ukraine is a big breadbasket.
Okay.
He clearly copied that out of the book.
Yeah. That's
right?
Yeah, that's straight out of the Encyclopedia Britannica.
What's a synonym for breadbasket? He spent a lot of time trying to rewrite it, but couldn't improve it.
Yeah. All right, so that's the God number. Next up, Tim H. So Tim H will send occasionally MVIs instead of IMGs. He's kind of the master of the, there's the DSCs, there's also MVIs. This is an MVI. 17 views, 74-year-old man compares roast duck to his teenage penis. And the video itself, it's good, but I thought the description was really the star of the show. 74-year-old man compares roast duck to his teenage penis.
That is the duck that we just roasted, and it looks great. As you can see, it reminds me when I was a teenager and I wake up in the morning, I was constantly in that position. Now that I'm 74 years of age, I can hardly find it. So later on we're going to eat that duck and I'll tell you all about it.
Tell us all about
it's like Christmas Story when they're going into the Chinese restaurant. It's smiling at me.
He's going to tell us all about the duck, or he's going to tell us all about his penis? I don't know.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
They didn't really
Where was
clarify.
the modifier on that? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, so this last one, IMG 3197, Flash sent this one. And it's called Beer Policeman Pulls Something Out of His Nail. And now, this one I'm gonna put a warning out. It's not a filth corner because there's no blood, but it's one of those ones where you watch it and you kind of forget to breathe. And I think this is one that like a lot of people would potentially pass out from, even though there's no blood, there's nothing.
Oh boy.
It's nature, technically. There's really nothing filth in it, but you might forget to breathe. So
all right. Well, as long as it's technically nature, I'm fine with it. That's all I need to hear.
Okay. And by the way, it's Beer Policeman pulls something out of his nail.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Let me see.
Say beer, please.
Yeah, beer. Oh, Manzanillo, beer police. Yeah.
Hold on, put your hand behind it so I can see it.
That had to be satisfying.
Oh!
Digging up the tubside, people love to see it.
I mean, it kind of felt good, didn't it?
Done. In a way, yeah.
I do forget to breathe every time I watch that, but then once it comes out, then it's just like, oh man, it feels so good. So.
Yeah. I guess that's probably why people like those pimple popping videos. It's like something coming out that's sort of cathartic, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know,
yeah,
probably.
Looks like Marty needs a haircut.
Yeah, this is the source of the barking, the bad influence. This is Horace. So, yeah, same breed as Marty, but
his mouth looks damp.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, yep. It's always damp.
I'll call him Damp Mouth.
All right, should we get to everyone's favorite segment?
Yes, let's get to the segment that's sweeping the nation. It's called...
Wonder who's stronger, really feels much longer. If you think it's funny, you couldn't be more wronger.
And I think I found a way to make George's intro even more obnoxious.
Worse?
Do you think do you think that's going to be my other challenge every week, is to make it more obnoxious with filters and with sound effects and stuff like that.
Good.
So, all right. So this guy's an internet guy. Tim Harrod told me about him, and he's been curating all these appearances. This guy's put up hundreds of comedy specials on YouTube. And we haven't done one for a couple weeks. I thought we were due for one. So Tim said the first 4 that we've done, that he's curated, focused one way or another on sexuality. But he said there's so many other areas where Songer has to contribute. So he said, in that spirit, I'm submitting Comedy Act 215, Shit Happens, Rear-Ended.mpeg. So he said, this is what Tim said. He said, instead of leering, it allows us to spend some time with Daniel and just listen for a change. Maybe we can all learn something.
Okay.
Oh, here's that.
No more leering.
Hey! Yes, that's me, comedian, entertainer, Daniel Songer. Man, hey guys, my comedy act has gone way out there, and I wanna go way out there on this next comedy act, and it talks about a life force, okay, and it's all around us, this beautiful life force that surrounds us, and you know what it's called? It's called an aura. And this aura, it protects you
it's a long walk here to the
from
punchline.
inner space. And yeah, I know everybody's heard of outer space.
See, I wonder, is he like New Agey? He's talking about an aura protecting you from an inner space.
Is this a setup for a joke, or is this not a comedy routine?
Just wait.
Okay.
Yeah, I know everybody's heard of outer space, and this is where we're at, man. Right here on Tranquility Hall. This is outer space, guys. Backstage comedian. Or backyard. Yeah, you guys got it. But anyway, man, I'm walking into this bar, and this lady, she yells out, "Oh my God, you've got the thickest green aura I've ever seen in my life," you know? And man, and all of a sudden, somebody starts messing with me, you know? And you know, to be polite, they started fucking with me, man. Shit happens, dude, you know? And the lady, she's like, "Oh."
Steve, what are you thinking right now? I really like the expression on your face right now. You're just very...
Just wondering where we can fast forward.
Yeah, no. And it's just 1 minute. It's always just 1 minute.
It always feels longer.
It feels so much longer.
All right, hold on.
The song says.
He's at the bar, and somebody wants to pick a fight with him.
"Oh my God, it's turning red."
Oh, yeah. So his aura.
Dude, you know, and the lady, she's like, "Oh my God, it's turning red." And I'm like, oh, you know, I start thinking, oh no, I do not want the red, you know, I want to be green, you know, which brings us to the Hulk, your new superhero, the Hulk,
green.
The Hulk, I am the Hulk, which brings us to the turnaround. Yeah!
If you think it's funny, you couldn't be more wronger.
I want stories out of the writer's room of
the song and writer's room.
Yeah.
What can you
it's
try
called
to...
Angry Men.
I mean, I chopped it up a little bit there, but I tried to keep the essence of it. And what do you think? What was he trying to say? Like, what was he?
His aura turned from red to green because he got mad, and then he turned into the Hulk. That was the joke.
But it was already green, wasn't it? And it was going to turn red.
Green's good, red's bad.
Huh.
But that's the opposite of the Hulk.
Well, I don't know then.
Yeah. I think he read the Celestine prophecy and was like, I'm going to make a joke from this, and then went off there.
Well, it always does feel longer. I think we have time for maybe a couple quick that-it-a-dones. These are viewer requests.
That's it. That-it-a-done. Right there.
Hey, since we mentioned that this segment isn't for birthdays, we've gotten a lot more birthday orders from Renta Joe and Nick. That's at store.foundfootagefest.com. You can order our cameo style thing where we do a little mini VCR party episode for you for your birthday or for any special occasion.
I actually ate we did one last week, and I ate some Batman cereal for it. I'm not going to do it for all of them. I did it for that one just because they said that was their favorite moment on VCR parties when I ate the Batman cereal. So I thought I'd do it for them for that. So I shouldn't have brought that up because I'm not going to do it for all of them.
And actually, your thing where you said, "Oh, Nick will talk about his sexuality," that actually backfired because most people said, "I don't want to hear about Nick's sexuality."
That was one of the bullet points, is that they're like, "I don't need to hear about Nick's sexuality or his Frenching." And I was like, "Oh, really? I thought that was a selling point."
Well, so this Ruby wrote in and said, "My husband John cannot stop quoting the line from your closing montage, 'That's all I'm doing,' which I quote a lot, too.
I do, too.
Neither of us remembers where that clip originated from, but it'd be a great birthday that-it-a-done if you'd indulge us." Oh, Jesus. I thought this wasn't a birthday. All right.
They snuck it in there.
Yeah, they snuck it in at the end.
All
right. We'll do this one last time, but that's the last
time.
So I just cut together, basically it's this singer at a church doing a song called Looking for a City. And here's the short version, because it goes on for about 6 minutes. His name's James Canup.
Well, this next and final song is going to be one that has made me pretty famous over the last few years. It has took me a lot of places I didn't think I would be at. It's called Looking for a City.
Maybe I should have just put the whole thing in.
Yeah.
I didn't know you was going to start out with it. Looking for a city built above. Looking for a city where we'll never die. almost here. Ah, that's all I'm doing. So, see ya. Our home sweet.
There it is.
That's how the best songs end, right? They just say, "That's all I'm doing."
That's all I'm doing. Yeah. Yep.
But then he did give you one bonus one afterwards.
He did. Yeah. It wasn't all he was doing, it turns out. So,
You know, we talked about this recently about I want to do another Who's the Yellingest. Remember we had Zach Zucker on to do a Who's the Yellingest. I want to do Songer versus Dollar Bill versus that guy. What's
James
his name?
Canup. Yeah.
James Canup, because he's yelling, like he's screaming. So to take down Steve, because Steve right now is the champion of Who's the Yellingest. So I think we have 3 contestants now. For
Yeah.
Who's the Yellingest.
All right, we got a new one. Everything's got to be a competition.
Yep. How we do it here on here. Oh, hey, just one quick that I did on. Speaking of things at the ending, I think Evan sent an email saying, "What is the thing at the ending with the little person who's saying something into a microphone in front of a car dealership?"
Yeah.
And I have no clue. Nick, you put this one in. I have no clue what it's from.
And I couldn't.
Look.
All right, yeah, let's play it. And then...
video. Here it is.
And Kurt Polstead, the real great guy.
I have no idea what that's from.
Somebody sent it to us, and some people, I think in the chat, they think it's Kurt Folstedt is a real good guy. But I don't know if that's a car dealership. I haven't been able to find any info about it.
But that's not my question. My question is, how did it get into the ending? I don't even remember that clip.
Yeah,
being
somebody said that should be in the ending. I played it during a Cyber Videos one time, or maybe it was just for during the regular part, because somebody sent it to me, and I included it, and then somebody was like, that should be in the intro, so I put it in the outro, so I put it in the outro, but now I don't know where the source clip is. So, I mean, I didn't just save the outro as a project. I just put it in whatever show that was, and God knows when that was.
Oh, okay. And it just kind of just stayed there for that one. Okay,
yeah.
got it.
I don't know. Maybe whoever sent that in could help us locate what that was, because my record keeping was not great on that one. I don't know. Okay. I don't know what it's from. So that it not done, but
that it not done.
Somebody
no
can help
on
us.
That one.
All right. So if you need a burning question answered, specifically one that doesn't have to do with the birthday wish, send them into info@foundfootagefest.com.
Or if you can find a clever way to sneak in your birthday wish,
sure,
then you can do that.
Yeah. Otherwise,
trick us.
You can pay us to actually wish you a happy birthday.
Yes.
All right. So what's coming up this week? We mentioned that we're going to be watching this. This is Family Circus Easter for Saturday morning cartoons. Caitlin McGurk from the Billy Ireland. I mean, she deals in the Sunday comics a lot, historically. So she is actually friends with Jeff Keane, who currently is Jeffy. That's right here. That's Jeffy from the Family Circus. His dad drew it for years and years and years, and then they started doing it together. And when Bill Keane passed away in 2011, Jeff has been doing it full time. He's decided to join us to talk about the Family Circus Easter special and just about what it's like being Jeffy. That's
a good get. I mean, I've been reading Family Circus comics since I was little. Like, I had the books and everything. Biscotti and meat bulbs, I had them all. And so we get to actually meet the Jeffy. That's huge for us.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk to Jeffy and find out about the Easter special. So join us for that one. What else is coming up?
We got the toe tapping tournament this Saturday night. Can you tell the dogs to cool it? Say cool it.
Cool it. There's some hammering outside, so they're protecting me.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the toe tapping tournament last week, it was a major. I lost my ass. I thought I had the best team. A lot of people in the Melindaverse thought I had the best team, and then George just handed me my ass. Yeah. No, there are. I'll bring it up next week. Yeah, I was the favorite for a lot of people. So I'm down to one song. Next week, Steve is going up against Nick. Bob from Hull is going to be the judge. And
he's a mixer. He's a Melinda mixer. He's
a Melinda mixer. He does the Dead Past. He does music, and he has some great Melinda mixes. And he's going to judge that round. And I set this up. So, Steve, one of your songs is Vegan, Vegan Man. And that went up against Skateboard Surfing, I think. I think that was the matchup. And Bob from Hull, I thought, was going to have a panic attack. because
it took
he couldn't
him
decide.
half the episode to figure out which he was going to vote for.
And he just stood there quietly for the longest time, just like, and I felt kind of bad for making him decide because Vegan Man was a song that he had co-written with Nick's girlfriend. So, I mean, it gets intense. This Saturday night, it gets intense.
It does. And
he told me he lost sleep over it too. Like he actually did. And he says that he's probably not going to visit the Melindaverse for a little while because he thinks everybody's going to be mad at him.
That's high stakes.
I know.
Plus, Willie's Garage tomorrow. Did you know that the creator of Alf, Paul Fusco, created an Easter puppet special in 1983? We'll be watching highlights from that tomorrow night in Willie's Garage.
So you guys are still doing that show?
Oh, yeah. Still
really?
doing it. We are 23 episodes in, or 22, I believe.
I had an idea for you guys. Okay.
Yeah? Go ahead.
This is one way that you can expedite. You can knock out like a bunch of clips. Nick, remember when we watched the Full House?
Yeah.
We watched the entire box set. Do like 2 seasons of Elf. Just knock out 2 seasons like that in one weekend and film the whole thing. And just do like one big Elf weekend. Just show George some mercy is what I'm asking.
Would that be mercy? 48 hours straight?
A 13-hour, a full season as 26 half-hour episodes of Nick and I discussing it. I'm ready for it. I'll do it. I'll do it live.
All right.
I'll do
a lot of work goes into these episodes, so we have to show tattoos and cakes, and we have to talk
mine
about
already.
Beach towels
spin-off
and
products, and
just knock it out in one weekend. I don't know. George seemed excited about the idea.
All right. Well, we could maybe do season 2 that way.
You tear off the Band-Aid just like that. I would actually watch it because I think you guys would go insane by the end. I would watch the second half of it when you guys are going more insane.
I don't think Nick would go insane.
No, I would want more. Let's go. Okay, on to the cartoons now. On to the cartoons. Let's go on to both animated series.
He went insane during Full House, though. He really lost his mind towards the end. Yeah.
But that was a show I did not like or grow up with. So, yeah, I don't know. That'd be an interesting experiment. Maybe we'll do that for like a Patreon exclusive. We'll watch like all of season 2 in a row.
Also, somebody mentioned that you guys should get elf tattoos, and I 100% agree with that. If you guys are like fully committed to this, you got to get some sort of elf tattoo and go tape it. And
am I fully committed to this? How about Nick gets 2 elf tattoos?
Oh, one for you?
Yeah.
And then what? Okay, yeah.
Rip
I will
George.
say we do get a lot of heartfelt emails from people who are enjoying the show, and that helps us keep it going. So thank you very much for that. It's going to be a hell of a week here. We got the tournament, we got EP mode with Dollar Bill, we got Willie's Garage, and Shatterday with Jeffy from Family Circus. What do we got going out tonight?
We are going to end with some Daniel Songer because I know that everybody loves him. He sang a couple weeks ago. He sang the Brady Bunch song. Do you remember that? He kind of yell sang it. It's more of his like yell singing style, where he sang the Brady Bunch. And I said, hey, somebody should set that to the actual Brady Bunch introduction. And Dustin and Robo Ito immediately sent a couple files. So I combined both Dustin and Robo Ito's, which is pretty much the same exact edit. But thank you to them. We're going to end with Songer singing the Brady Bunch. If we had been prepared, we could have done better.
And on behalf of the contractors working outside, both dogs and myself, I want to say we'll be right back right after that.
Thank you, Dave, Lisa, and all the Melindas out there. My nose isn't full of yuck anymore.
We don't have the clothes yet. I haven't written the clothes yet, mothers.
The Brady Bunch! The Brady Bunch! There's a story of a man named Brady who was busy with 3 boys of his own. They were 4 men living all together, and they were all alone. Till the one day when this fellow met this lady. Oh yeah, I met this lady, and she had 3 lovely daughters of her own. They were 4 women living all together till they met me. And then what happened? They all became the Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch, you know.
When we return, Dr. Sellner will complete the bunion surgery.
Yes, those are his pajamas he's wearing.
All right, I gotta go.
That's all. That's it.
Let me see that one.
Rocks are done. Gotta sleep. Bye.
That's it. That it done.
We did our best. If we'd been prepared, we could have done better.
What do you think about Bibra?
About what?
My nose isn't for yuck anymore.
That's all I'm doing.
Cheerio.
Tinkerbell!
In
8.
We'll be right back right after that.
And Kurt Polstead, the real great guy. Nice.
Goodbye.